Okay, so we've got a few jobs to do today, but no jobs can start until we've done a brew. And because the water's on, it's so much easier because I don't have to lug a load of water here with me. Right, okay. First of all, what I'll do is, while the kettle's boiling, I'll show you what I've brought. Not that, you've seen them. I got this from Mother's Day. It's a book I was talking about that, you know, when I grew the spring onions and I've started the sweet potatoes, the dried peas. It was all in this book. This is by Simon Ackroyd, Grow Your Own Groceries. It's fabulous. Honestly, let me just give you a bit of a taste. Let me just open it randomly. So, So what you get for each grocery, you get the page that says what it is you can grow from your groceries, right? So it tells you about it, what you'll need, just a little what you need. And then the next page, each page is just two lots like this, each fruit and veg. And then the next page is that a very, very simple guide showing you what to do. That's it. So each and every fruit and veg that you get from the grocers is just done like that. Page telling you what it is, what you need, then a page telling you how to do it. Can't recommend it enough. It's $16.99. It's a bit pricey, but I thought it was a bit pricey, but there's absolutely tons in it. It is a big book. So you know the peas worked. Don't know if the strawberries have worked yet. We can have a look at those later. The spring onions are definitely working because I've even got some more from home. Even got more. But you cut, use them, and then this bit here, you just stick in water. It's got some roots. I'm just going to plant it in the compost in one of the little greenhouses. So you know that works. So I can't recommend that enough, really. I can't. Grow your own groceries. And this was a present. This isn't a sponsored video. And then the last thing I've brought is some twine. Didn't like that green twine I used last year. It was like a plasticky one. You know what I mean? Like a nylon-y twine. But this is jute. And I just think things cling to it a bit better. Might be imagination, I don't know. But yeah, first things first, brew. And then I think I might tackle the flower bed. I've done something there that I'll tell you about when my brew is done. Right, so let me show you what I did when you weren't here, okay? I finished off the netting on here. So that has now got netting on. I'm gonna do the other one, but with this one, for some reason, I put the netting on the inside, right? But on that one here, I'm going to try and fling it over the top and put the netting on the outside of it. I think that's probably going to be best, but yeah, that needs to be done today. But yes, what I was saying about this wildflower area, I've pulled up a lot of the cardboard because I can let this area grow now. This is the wild seed area. I was just keeping it neat for winter, right? So we're getting some really good weather this week. Starting this afternoon, we're going to have a couple of weeks of nice weather. So I've just lifted the cardboard up and I've put it on the compost. Okay, I've not dug it in. I've just merely put it on the compost. So what my plan is, I'm going to scrape up a good chunk of the straw on there. I'm just going to stick it on another bed because the other beds will be dug over, and I'll dig the straw into the other beds, make them a bit airier, and put a bit of goodness in because I don't need it to suppress the weeds on here because really wildflowers are weeds. So if there's any seeds left over from last year, I want them to grow. Plus I have got some new ones to put down, and I'm going to shove down my poppy seeds as well, the poppy seeds that I've got. So that is the plan. I'm going to get a rake and I'm going to rake up that straw, put it on another bed, and then we're going to put the wildflower seeds in. We might as well date stamp, let me see, date. It is Monday the 31st of March, so April tomorrow. I think it's time to sow these wildflower seeds. Not going to get it all up, just like a big wad of it. The seeds are under here from last year, so let's let them see the sunshine now, I think. I'll just pick up, I think I'll put it on the bed at the back there. That'll give it some goodness. I will dig it in when it comes to planting this bed over here. This is the bed I think some sunflowers are coming up on. All the trouble we had growing sunflowers last year, and I think they're just popping up willy-nilly now. Okay. I'm taking it off because I don't want it to hamper the growth of seeds. Like I say, I just pulled the cardboard off. Any seeds in here should still grow. I will be weed thinning out the borage. You get a lot of borage in here, and I don't know if you remember last year I weeded it out somewhat because otherwise it just takes over the entire bed. But what I'm going to do with the borage this year when I weed it out is I'm going to make fertiliser out of it, put leaves in the bucket, fill the bucket with water, leave it for a bit and make some fertiliser with it. I might as well. So yeah, let's just get the seeds now, I think. I've got my poppy seeds that I collected off my own poppies. So let's pop the poppies in. I kept the heads. I presume the seeds have fell out. No, they're still in. So just cracking the poppies, letting the seeds fall. That's basically it. I can leave that, the husk of the poppy on there. But there we go. Right, we've got the poppies in. We've got the poppies in. Happy with that. All right. Because I always doubt my wildflower garden. I always doubt that last year's stuff has seeded to come up this year because I pull it all out and get rid of it. I think, oh, maybe the seeds are still on the plant. So there we go. Oh, you're supposed to just shake it. I see. All right. Let me just, one sec. Sorry, should have shut the box a bit more. There you go, there's enough seeds to sow an actual meadow. Okay, what have we got? The butterfly and bee mix there. Complete garden seed shaker. And I'll show you the flowers that this one has in it. Those. So it's got cornflowers, whatever them yellow things are. Obviously don't tell. Well, it doesn't even say what they are. Pot marigold. Oh gosh, lots of ones on there. Poppies, all sorts. Right. It's a long list and the writing's very small. But right, done that. Look at that. The seeds are sown. What I do now, you don't have to, but what I always do is I just get compost and just lightly, just sort of like get a handful of compost and go like that all over the surface to cover the seeds. It's just, I don't know, it's just the thing that I do. Just as a side note, just thought I'd show you that the comfrey has started to grow. So that, you can see that there, there's nothing there. By the time summer hits, that will be a massive comfrey bush. I'm going to utilise that as well for fertiliser. And there's another one that goes there next to the bench, and that covers between there and there, and a lovely big bush. There's also two, I think, next to the kids area at the slide. So let's see if that's growing as well. Yeah, comfrey. Comfrey's growing. Is that nettles? Let's get rid of you, mate. Definitely don't want nettles. Don't remember you being there. Nettles, just horrible things, aren't they? Nettles, there's another one there. How dare they? Get rid of those later. Keep an eye on that. Right. Oh, the little purple things have really come out there. Nice. And there. The daffodil's just still one miniature. I don't even know if you can see it. It's that small. You probably can't see it from here. But yeah, that's great. Tell you what, while we're here, I'll show you. That's the cardboard I took up. I just threw it on from the Wildflower area. Okay. You may think, what was the point of sticking it on? I just didn't want, I want it all to look neat at winter because it's drab enough as it is here, isn't it? So I like it to look a little bit neater. But I'm fully aware that I'm going to take it off in the spring. Right, what's going on in here? I've not looked. Oh, right, okay. Okay. I think those beans had it. There's certainly nothing coming up in that bean one. Remember I said I thought they were a bit dodgy looking, a bit mouldy looking. What's it? That's the teddy bear from sunflowers. Okay, they're tiny. And that's the sweet peas. Sweet peas, those are just normal peas, aren't they, I think? Yeah, they're just them dry peas. They're doing really well. I believe you can eat them like that. I believe you eat, I wouldn't obviously, but I do believe you can eat the tops of young peas. Sorry, let me just zip that up. I will be at this back bit later because I think we've got some stuff we can stick out here. Right, those. So I took the things off them. But then it's growing. It's still got stuff growing on it. So although these top bits, I think succumbed to the frost, we've got growth. We've got growth. You can't see it. There. See, we've still got growth going on. So you know what? I'm going to leave these here. We're going to give them a name. What name should we give them? So I like the other peas are called the mystery peas because I can't remember what the make of the pea was. We need to think of a name for them. Survivors. Right, that's survivors. Let's keep our eye on the survivors and see how they do. But they are still growing, so you never know. Lesson learnt there. Don't be silly. Don't put it out too early. Don't put it out too early. Let's have a look. You know, while we're on the move, we might as well. I was putting compost on my seeds, wasn't I? Ooh, look at my carrots. Look at my carrots. I did have another pot. Unfortunately, I knocked it off the pack. And I think it's smashed, so I can't get to it. It's behind all the wood. I knocked it off the back and it just, never mind. Okay, so what's this? This is a pea. This is a pea. What's this one? Oh, that's the strawberries. The strawberries. Nothing yet. Those are the ones I dried at home. Like that book said. Right, what have we got going on here? Oh, we've got a bit of business going on here. Gherkins. Are they gherkins? Yeah, gherkin cucumbers. Wow. Look at those. Is that 2 rows of gherkin cucumbers? I think it might be. Ooh, I think so. Don't know. Oh, no, it's not. That one's fell. Jackby Little. Oh, they're pumpkins. Jackby Little pumpkins. Look at them. They've come. Oh, when did I plant those? So those 17th. What's the date today? 17th. It's the 31st. So work that out. Right. What? Anything else? Any of these? None of these others. These were done a bit later, weren't they? Right. None of those others. Okay. Let's not panic. P. Did you see that one already? I've seen that one already. This is what happens, you see. I knock everything off. Let's stick it a bit down there, shall we? Right, carrots. I will have to thin you out. I did promise I'd thin you out. Right, anything else? What we got going on here? This was only a couple of days ago. No, what, melons and what? Snap. The melon was, you didn't see me think of these. So tomatoes, the sun gold ones, I only planted these a couple of days ago when I nipped in on the 27th. And the snap peas, same, 27th. Yeah, they're literally only just done. I need to give them water. I've not got any water just now. Right, so nothing going on there. It's always worth having a look, isn't it, about what we've got going on here. Peas are doing fantastically. With the weather being so nice. Oh, I'm tempted. I'm going to leave it a week with those. Sunflowers, the Moulin Rouge are doing fantastically. What are these that's growing here? They look, where's the thing gone? They look like loofah. Are they the loofah? The loofahs are growing. We've got a few loofahs. We've got one there. Oh, literally a few. 3. We've got 3 loofahs growing. Better than nothing. Better than a kick in the teeth, isn't it? Right, peas. Right, what's that one? Sweet chilies. Sweet peppers. Nothing coming. Oh, yes. I tell a lie. A little bit of sweet pepper coming up there. Right, those are my onions. I'm going to put my onions out, I think, today. Potatoes. Nothing happening with the sweet potatoes. carrots, a few carrots there. Sweet corn coming along nicely. I'll plant some more of those soon. My sweet peas. Ooh, a few sweet peas. Mystery pea. That's a mystery pea. That's a sweet pea. Mystery pea and nasturtiums. Are we getting any nasturtiums? Yes, we have. My seeds. Oh my goodness. Look. Oh, 2. Right, we need to thin these out a bit later because they're all getting overcrowded. So I will be putting a lot of those out. Oh, look. Sorry, that was a bit of a hard spin around, but that is surviving. If we can find something for it to grow up that's quite movable, because I need to bring it in. In the winter. I shall do that. Right, so that's looking what we're doing. Right, compost, come on, you're sidetracking me. We need to sort those out though, definitely. We've got to put them outside, thin out that area a bit because they're just getting a little bit too overcrowded now that they're growing. Right, come on, let's do the compost. Sorry. Okay, so this is what I do. You don't have to do this at all, but I'll just put a thin layer of compost just to protect the seeds, I think, from the birds. That was the idea. And it never hurts to have a bit more compost on your garden, does it? There we have it. That'll do, because that's just a step you don't need to do. It's just one that I always do. Right, okay, look, do. That's what I always do. Right, okay. That's very immature. Right. Water it. We are, from this afternoon, I think going to get some glorious weather, honestly. So that's why I've come early. And it is about, oh, I don't know, about 10:15 now, something like that. So I've come very, very early. Sorry. Right, let's get some water in the watering can. The hard thing to do on this one is to ignore the grass that pops up. You've just got to let it grow. There you go, all watered. Right, what we need to do now is just make a couple of stakes to stake down at least the one that I've put the mesh on, the netting on, okay? So I've got a couple of these little things. So I'm just going to cut them in half. I'm going to cut them at an angle. That one, I need to cut it at an angle because that's got a spike on it. Right, okay. A bit of a point, so I've got something to hammer into the ground. So that is enough for one trellis. So that is enough for this one that we've nearly completed. So let's go and bang these in and attach them. It just makes them just a little bit more sturdy, especially when they've got leaves on and stuff on. So if it was windy, it's not just going to catch it and throw it on the floor. That is the theory. So let's attach these. Okay, got my big sledgehammer. Got some tie wraps or zip ties, whatever you want to call them. I don't know whether to do it at an angle. At an angle. I think an angle because it's already got these spikes going in about that so far. So maybe if I do it at an angle, it'll give it a bit more rigidity. Don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Give it a try. Okay, that's gone in an angle that way rather than down because this is already down. So I'm thinking in another direction. Might be better. Just put the zip tie around that. I'll bring you down here so you can see. Oop, pulled that a bit too tight, sorry. Let me do that again. Don't know my own strength. Okay, that is solid in there. That is attached to that. Probably put another one on. Let me get my scissors. Where's my scissors? Scissors down there. I'll cut that off in a bit. Let's stick another one that way, going in that direction. just going to give it, it feels more sturdy already. That wasn't quite a wobbly one, that feels sturdy already. That is a little helping hand there. I'm just going to do that on the other side as well. So that one is secure now. Just peace of mind. For some reason, this one's quite rickety. It's quite rickety, but I don't know if it's because I've not tied it together next to another one. Maybe. That one was brilliant, so sturdy. So I'm hoping this one will be sturdy. I mean, if worse comes to worse, I will do what I've done over here with this. Oops. Try not to kill myself tripping over a sign. I actually hammered in. See that? Because that post barely went in anywhere. So I hammered in a long post into the ground there, attached it to it. That is a lot more sturdy. So if I have to hammer one of those in either side, just because it's on its own, it's a single one, it's not anything else to lean against. If I have to do that, I don't mind doing it at all. To hammer a wooden stake in, even up to there, even up to that point there, either side or just one side, to hold it sturdy. I'm quite prepared to do that to make them last, because these arches here, these are what I'm on my 4th growing year, and I had those same time. I've had them all that time, so, and they're still going strong. You know, I attached them to that, etc. Right, so yeah, so that in time could change. I could strengthen it even further, but for now that will do on there. Right, we need to, let's get our spring onions from over here. Sorry, let's take that in. I'm taking that book home. Fabulous, honestly, love that book. Well, I'll pick something else out of it to do. Right, let's get our onions. I think I might just directly sow them into the greenhouse. I'm going to put these in the kids area. I'll need to think of some lower seeds to sow as well. We've got some seeds to sow that grow high, but I need lower things for those little greenhouses. I've also got to fill that one. That's going to take a lot to fill it. I'm just wondering whether to go right into the woods and gather up all the leaves and bags of, I've got an IKEA bag I could keep going and filling an IKEA bag full of leaves. What do you think? Might do that before they all go, because they're still under the trees. Right, so let's take some things out. Let's get the spring onions. Let's gather them all together and take them outside. So let me see, spring onions. Right, I think they're over here. Right, you know what they look like, so I'm going to get them from down here. There was one stray one, wasn't there? Wherever that's gone. Right, okay, I'm going to grab these bags with the onions in. That's all I'm going to do. Grab them. Should put them in something to carry them. Yeah, should we do something efficiently? Or should we carry them in a box? Let me get a box. A little box. Here we go. I'm going to stick them in here. Just look. You've seen them a million times. The roots are going through the bags. Look at that. I love these bags. Oh, I've got some new bags. Let me show you because you weren't here. I do actually come. People say, do you ever come here and not, you know, do other stuff? And I do. I do come here. And I don't do filming stuff. I just do my stuff, pottering about. These bags from Amazon. I thought, oh, they're smaller. Oh, they're better. They're miles better, but I'll tell you why. Let me just open it out for you. Right, it's not that they open out to be bigger, but they sit. Whereas these little ones, right, let me give you an example. Right, these little ones are like this. And don't get me wrong, these are from Temu. Pence, they were just like nothing, right? These were slightly dearer, probably 200 for about 7 quid, 6 quid, right? Size-wise, very, very similar size-wise. Bit fatter, the Amazon ones. But also, right, that's the Temu ones. You see, perfectly fine. Does the job. These are the Amazon ones. Can you see the difference? Flat bottom. Sits flat. A little bit bigger as well. So I think this needs watering, it's dry. 4 seeds in that one. I think we're putting 3 seeds in, the little ones. Put 4 in that. But look, it's just a bit more stable, isn't it? So Amazon ones, those. I think they're called biodegradable seed bags, I think they're called. Right, anyway, getting sidetracked. We want our spring onions. the bag of spring onions. Sorry. Right, just pick. And I think you only get like one spring onion. I think that's it. Once you've got your spring onion, I think you can cut it off and do the same. That's nothing in it. I think you can cut it off and do the same again. Cut it and grow it again, but you don't like get loads of spring onions off it. You know, like I thought you'd get like loads of bulbs around the bottom, like I did with my, was it spring onions I grew last time? I don't know, you weren't here. I think it was spring onions and I left it in the ground and it grew like, one spring onion grew about 8 all the way around it, right? I think that's it, that's my spring onions. Spring onions, right, come on, we're gonna go and plant these in the kids' greenhouse because they can eat that, can't they? Right, spring onions, let's go plant them. Okay, let's open up this greenhouse. I'm going to presume this will be good enough. I don't know. I'm now regretting my choice of putting the flags here. Right, I'm just going to move the straw out of the way of where I want to put them. Positioning of this makes it really quite awkward to show you, but basically I'm going to dig. Okay. And I forgot to say with these tubs, I did put holes, I drill holes in the bottom of them, okay, because they come and they don't have holes in the bottom. Right, let's just get some of that soil out. And then we're going to plant these. We don't need to do anything. These look like they need water. They look a bit droopy, right? So let's just stick these in their bags. Like so. I don't know if you can see that. Let's get the soil, the compost and the mixed in structure around them. This compost in here is really quite damp, so that should help it. Right, they look a little bit wilted, don't they? They look a bit wilted, so I'm glad I've stuck them in that ground. Now what I'm going to do is, oh, there's a few more there, plant the rest of those and then stick those in as well. Oh, that's a job well done. Spring onions planted. They might not look the best looking spring onions you've ever seen, but I'm just going to give them a little bit of a water, even though that soil is a bit wet, just a tad bit of a water, and then I'm going to close it up and just leave it to do its thing in the sunshine this week. Hopefully the ones that went a bit lacklustre in the polytunnel through lack of water will hopefully pick up and revive themselves. Okay, that soil's already a little bit wet. Right, so come on, English sunshine, don't let me down this week. I think I'm going to take some of the peas out as well, create some more space. We might as well. I'll get the box, get that box again, which I'll put away. I'm going to take the sweet peas out. I'm going to put it in one of the thicker greenhouses, one of the white ones. Right, is it, you know, it might be easy just to take the other stuff out. No, just take this, just take what we want. What's that? Pea. If I don't keep these in this box though, they're just going to grow into the soil, aren't they? That's the only thing. Right, we'll have to keep it right. Let's take a few out. Take a few out because these are going to have to stay in this box. Otherwise, when I put them in the greenhouse, the roots are just going to go through here, aren't they? Right, let me just go and put it in the greenhouse outside. Okay, so I'm just going to get the others and stick them next to it, I think. Okay, here we go. Some more peas. I mean, I'm presuming it's just as good to be in here as it is in there, if not better. If not better, because it's smaller, so the heat doesn't have to travel all the way around the polytunnel, does it? Just got to travel in there. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm saying. Right, sweet peas in there. Let's go and have a look. Let's see if we can sow some seeds of, you know, things that don't, so those can't stay in there because they're going to grow up a trellis. We need things that we can actually sow into these places that don't grow quite so high. Right, let's have a look at some seeds. I just need you to do a little bit of watering. I did find another box of seeds here that I put to one side. So let's see what's in these. Right, we've got, see if we can find anything. Garden mix, what is it? Kales, Kalettes, also known as flower sprouts. Okay, height 75 centimetres, bit tall, bit tall. Lettuce, ooh, lettuce. Right, I haven't grown lettuce. That's a contender. Lettuce, cucumber. Well, I'm going to grow that anyway. That is just an absolute yes. Yes to cucumber. Yes to cucumber. Parsnip. No, don't. No, not for now. Not for now. So think now. Cucumber, okay. That's a tall growing thing. But the lettuce. Let us grow lettuce. Okay, I think definitely lettuce from that. Let's have a look what's on this box here, just in case. Okay, this is the Seedcraft Club. Nothing's empty. Put it in the bin. That was a bit disappointing, wasn't it? Throw that towards the bin. Right. Oh, potato. Oh, pumpkin. Right, the pumpkins are growing, so I'm going to grow some more pumpkins. The potatoes, they probably need to go in the ground soon. That could be next week, actually, preparing the ground for the early potatoes. What are they called? I don't know what they're called. First or something, I don't know. As you know, I'm not very technically minded. Ooh, a bit more cucumber. They might be old, though. Might be old. Right, what have we got here? Sweet corn. Another tall one. Another tall one. I will be sowing the rest of those, though. Loofah. Yep, I'll sow the rest of those. Micro cherry. What's that? Tomato. Well, I'm trying some tomatoes, so I won't bother with those. Leek. Ooh, leek. Should I try leek? What do you think? Maybe. It's on the maybe pie. Shallots. No, don't even know what they are. Right. Got some more in here before they go off. I think we should use these. Chinese broccoli. Not feeling it. Spicy greens. Radishes. Radishes was the ones that I grew, I think. Coriander. Not feeling the coriander, sorry. Herb, lemongrass. Lemongrass, what's that? Cabbage. Sorry, it's just what? Strawberry. Why not? Strawberry, bit of strawberry. Why not? Carrots. Right, we've got some carrots on the go already. A few, haven't we? What's left? More carrot. Swede. Courgette. Broccoli. Coriander. Spicy greens. More spicy greens. Chinese broccoli. Right, none of those. I'm not feeling them. Not feeling them. But the ones I have picked are the ones I am feeling. That one is a maybe. What's that one? That one. It's maybe. Right, okay. What should we do? Not the cucumber. First of all, let's do the lettuce, because I've never done lettuce before. I've decided to grow my lettuce in this. I know you have to prick them out, don't you? So I thought that might be quite tricky. Not to prick them out, you know, separate them. I thought that might be quite tricky in a bag. So I am going to sow them in this which handily has a handle. Okay, I'm going to presume that these seeds are tiddlers. That is can. 200 seeds, so I'm going to presume they are real tiny ones. Here we go. Yes, of course they are. Of course they are. It might be easier to put them into my hand, palm of my hand. Yeah, okay. Definitely need my glasses for this. Okay, right. Right, there's a few left. I'm not going to put them all in. Now I'm going to try do it over here. Oops. Get a few back into the packet, just in case. Just in case. Okay. Put them over there. Let's put a little bit of compost on these. Like I say, we're going to get some really warm weather. I have to, at the very least, I have to nip down and water these things, which is hard at the weekend. That's why these dried out, I'm afraid. Right. That's enough. What do you think? Right. I will come down tomorrow. After it's going to be very sunny tomorrow, so after work I'll nip down just to keep an eye, just to make sure everything's okay. So that is can lettuce. So lettuce, can, and the date, because you think you're going to remember, you don't. 31st of the 3rd. Okay, you are in. Right, what is next? And I'm going to put you there. Actually, you can sit in that corner. It's getting too much to reach over to the compost, so I'll put the compost down here now. Right, so you are done. Lettuce, pumpkin, tomato, you're done. Pumpkin, that's that old pumpkin. Sorry, I'm just having a look at the seeds. Let's see what we've got. Strawberry, radish. Radish I'll sow straight outside. No messing about there. That just gets sown straight outside. It grows simple. Right, and I never do that. Loofah. I've got some growing, so I'm definitely going to grow some more sweet corn. I want to get some more sweet corn on the go. I know when my sweet corn beds are going. So yeah, let's get onto the sweet corn, I think. Do another lot. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill my bags. Fill my bags quite full. There we go. They're much bigger and easy to sit on the tray. I don't know if you can see that. Easy to sit in that tray there. Okay, let's see. Can't remember how many seeds are in here. Let's just go for it. Probably enough for two. 2 in each one, probably. Look, it's the, what do you call it? Glass gem. So these are the multicoloured, the rainbow sweet corn. I'm so excited for these. I don't even eat sweet corn, but these look exciting, don't they? Right, so 1, 2. 2 in each, I think. How many more bags shall I do? 1, 2, put a third one in that one. Then we've got 4 left. I'll do 2 more bags to put those 4 in. There we go. So there was 15 seeds. Let's cover them over. You know, it's boring and tedious, isn't it? But it's can't do anything without start sowing the seeds, can you? You need to get this done. Right, there we go. We've got 15 sweet corns there. Okay, there we go. 15 sweet corns planted. Now, what next? I thought what I'd do next is actually look at the book. Right, look at my book to see what it says I was going to do today. Right, oh, hang on, let me make a thingy for that first. Sweet corn and the date, right. So yeah, the sweet corn is moving beds. Sweet corns and what have I added an S? Don't know. 31st of the 3rd. Okay. Just stick that there. Right, let's have a look at my list of the things I was going to do today. Oh, and also when I buy seeds off eBay, I get cards and I always lose them, so I'm sticking them in my book. And this one was from Yorkshire Seeds, so I'll get a lot of my seeds from Yorkshire Seeds, and they're always really, really good. So rather than buying them from eBay, if you go direct to their site, Yorkshire _seeds.co.uk, tell them I've sent you, by the way. This is not a paid promotion in any way, shape or form, but say that's where you've come from. Really, really good seeds. Which were the, they might have been Yorkshire Seeds. I can't remember. Anyway, I've had quite a few seeds from Yorkshire Seeds over the years, and they've been really, really good. So it's cheaper to buy them direct. Anyway. Staking arches, well, I've done one, right? Build last arch, not done that. Net arches, not done that. Sow low growing seeds. I've done some lettuces. Maybe need to do another one. Fill raised bed, not done anything on my list. So, show brought in items, done that. Put peas in mini greenhouse. Right, well, I've done about 2 of my jobs that I've come here to do in the first place, haven't I? So I really need to get cracking on that list. So sweet corn we've done. Jack be little pumpkins, cucumber, loofah, strawberry. Should we do some strawberries? They're fairly low and the children will enjoy those, won't they? So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to bore you, but I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to fill some of these bags with the compost, and then I'll bring you back when it's time to put the strawberry seeds into these bags. Boring bit done. I've done 5 bags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 5 bags. Strawberries. A lot of the boring jobs that I've got on my list, I'll do when you're not here. Like building the arch, because you saw me build 2 arches last week, so you don't really need to see me build another arch. It's pretty samey. Right, strawberry. Oh, I don't want many seeds. I don't think I needed 5 pots for that. Maybe these 3 pots will do. Gosh, there's barely any seeds in here. You know what? 1 pot will do. Oh, not planted anything in those, have I? Right, don't need to water those. I've got nothing in. Okay, I did want to plant some more sweet pea, actually. So, what are those? That's the snap peas. Okay, I've got some of the seeds left over from last time. 1, 2, 3. I think 3 in these bags would be okay. So these are for going up the what do you call them? The towers. Let's call them the towers. 1, 2, 3. Let's do 4. Let's go for it. Let's go wild. Because I really need these to be successful, right? We will grow some more, sow some more of those next time as well. Or I'll do it when you're not here. I just want to get as much in as I can this week because of the sun that's coming, because of the heat. It's going up to 60 odd degrees. Go. Right, we've got some sweet peas in now, some strawberries, and what was the other? Sweet corn. Right, we're doing well. Let's have another look. One of those greenhouses actually isn't finished. It's got no growing bed in it, just got cardboard in the bottom, so I'm going to put it in there. I've put them in there, and I've also put in the sweet potatoes. When I opened that, it was really quite warm, so I've got all them seeds in there and that, and hopefully the heat in there we're going to get this week will help them start off. Right, what am I going to do now? Probably things off my list, so these are probably things you're not going to see. You'll just see me when I come back from doing them. As it happens, I found a few long stakes, so the second arch, I really hammered them right into the ground, nice and sturdy. You're better off doing this groundwork now. You're better off doing this, doing a proper job, than having to chase your arch across the allotment on a windy day. Okay, I'm going to say that's enough for today. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all very, very much, and I'm going to see you next week when hopefully the sun will finally be thoroughly shining. So thanks for watching. Bye.